to do this a lot.
I
Okay.
just needed to get water.
We are, again, we had a myriad of technical issues. Now that we are Skypeless in 2018, or at least Skype looks bad
Rip.
now. We're definitely just not using Skype. It also sucks. So,
Dude, Skype
um,
sucked 5 years ago.
yeah. So we're temporarily using Discord right now, but in the future we are going to try to figure out other solutions. Just move Jets came up here a bit more. There you go. All right. So, recap of last time. After recovering from the fighting off of the Retrievers, Tarek, Jet, and Cedric, who we are again missing again this week, unfortunately, but he will definitely be back next week. And hopefully we will figure out our other technical issues before next week as well. Anyway, but moving on from that. So they all, and so they was the only survivor of the family that they had met being Cassidy, whom they have now taken in the carriage that the family had been traveling in previously to the city of Burnhammer. Within that city, they have found an unlikely acquaintance in Kristoff, somebody that Tarek seemed to have some type of familiarity with, but couldn't put a finger on. And Kristoff eventually, after talking to Tarek enough, realized that Dylan went black. There goes back. And that Tarek was in fact the whole reason that Kristoff had come to Dern in the first place. However, Kristoff had not traveled to Dern in the greatest of circumstances. While he noted that he did come to try to find Tarek on the word of Tarek's former, I guess you could just say lover, he
Scandalous.
was in fact
Girlfriend.
Kristoff. Well, Kristoff was in
Direction of
fact.
his affection.
Well, Kristoff then was in fact stranded here, or has been stuck here for for a couple months, for reasons that he is not fully aware of either. And the party, he agreed to try to help the party in trying to fulfill their quest, so that essentially Kristoff could fulfill his, and being able to try to bring Tarek home. Then they had looked around town trying to receive word, as Kristoff had noted that he had actually met Pathos. He didn't know who was Pathos, but the other party members were able to come to the conclusion that he had in fact met Pathos some time ago. However, he had no idea where he had gone, but that he was collecting a mage, and then had left town. Others had the word around town they had heard was that apparently there is a secret mage rebellion beginning to form down in the southern part of the coast, and thus that the possibility of Pathos having gone to help them may be a case. And Jet, however, having stayed back and just kind of hung around the tavern for a while, had overheard a conversation in the fact that the captain of Kristoff's ship has disappeared after he had questioned Inquisitor a couple weeks ago about the fate of the mages of their ship. And that was where we ended our last session. And so we were going to start this session with so Kristoff and Silica, you two essentially kind of walk right into the door of the tavern / shelter. You can see Jet kind of just hanging out in the corner, looking like he's just minding his own business. Tarek, I don't recall what you were doing last time. I believe you were. I mean, you believe you were mainly.
was still. I was reading. I was still
yes,
at
you were
the
reading your book.
table that we had sat at before.
Yes, it's correct.
I'm at 14 hours read on that tome.
Yes, you are. That also reminds me, I will get to you. I'm going to get back to your book in a second, Tarek.
Sure.
There was a note I had to make about that, and yes. Let's see. Nope, that's not what I want. So yes, and then so you got both of you see Silica and Christoph enter the tavern. I forgot your name for a solid second there.
Hmm. All right. Is the tavern busy, or are they just sitting?
I mean, it is as it normally is. I would say, it's been busier since a while ago, but you guys, but generally not like the most busy place on the planet. Like there's plenty of places to sit, but not dead either.
All right.
Average Tuesday night.
Yeah. I guess I'll just kind of go round them up, and is that little private room still available?
Yeah, I mean, nobody uses them too often, so yeah, it's you can take the room
Yeah, I
as
guess
much
I'll
as
just
you
go around.
like, especially with
Yep.
what you do here. You can use it to your heart's content. 1 second.
All right. All right. Good stream, everyone. Bye.
I left books over there. I needed books. More importantly, this book.
You can just make stuff up on the fly, man.
No, it's something I have to I have to look up in here.
Hmm.
It's important to Tarek's item
Oh.
because it was a mistake of mine.
He has to check if it summons an avatar of death or not.
Yeah, I gotta make
If we're
sure.
lucky, it will.
I gotta make sure. I won't tell you.
That
if it
old
does,
chestnut.
But, I just gotta make sure.
I think it might be. Was this book used in the last 100 years? Unless I'm thinking of something different.
No, I mean you're right. That would matter, but that part is inherently under my control. It's just I thought there was something else, but I just may be incorrect. So that's why I was looking. So yeah, so you start to kind of round everyone up, and yeah, so.
All right. Well, I guess once we're all in the little side room, tell them that their tiefling friend seems to be gathering mages and bringing them to some sort of sanctuary, possibly for a revolution. I didn't get many details.
I don't talk about mages going around recently.
Yeah,
Apparently, some ship's mages just like all vanished along with the captain.
yeah, that was the ship I was on. So,
Huh. Well, they're gone too.
yep, part of the reason
What
why
are
I'm
the-
stuck here.
What are the chances they went off to join in said rebellion you were talking about?
In this town, slim.
Yeah, I have really no idea. But supposedly there might be a camp or wherever the sanctuary is on the southern coast along or south. Or maybe that's just a lie to throw off their scent.
Or a trap to lure in more mages. You guys have fun. I can walk around scot-free.
Not anymore, you can't. Not with that crystal in your pocket. Says Silica.
Right. She wants to hold on to this for me.
Was it?
Yeah, it's
You're-
a hard pass for me, Jet.
You're far too along on your quest to give up now, Jet.
I'm not giving up. I'm just not getting cut. Hey, Talric, how are you up for playing
You
bait?
can't fulfill your quest on your own, Jet.
You're not worming your way out of this one.
Next time.
So, yes, no, they mentioned that he was, they're along the southern part of the coast. There must be something about that. We have the means of transport, barring nobody took it outside the gate. But it may be best to move sooner than later, although that's up to you inevitably.
No. I've been sitting around long enough. I'm ready to get in a fight or whatever.
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna go there,
Whatever.
we have to prepare for
Fate
it to be a
holds.
trap. We have to prepare for
I
this.
mean, we're not We're not actively seeking fights. It's just that our particular circumstance leads us to be predispositioned for everyone to want to try and kill us. So
Oh yes, I try to avoid fighting as much as possible.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
when the time comes, they're getting a knife to
your
the
way of avoiding a fight is to make sure that they go down before they make the first strike. Isn't
Absolutely. There's no fight if there's no one there to fight, I guess.
it? Strong wording. Some strong words have never been said.
Confucius is right.
I'm not a wordsmith.
No, you were
I'll
not.
stab a dictionary before reading it.
I'm gonna hastily put my book away when he says that.
All right, here I'm gonna do this.
Well, I agree with you on the dictionary part, but it seems a kind of a cowardly way to live.
What, stabbing dictionaries? I mean, they don't let me in the library anymore, but...
No, not the dictionary. Stabbing people in the back.
Oh, as long as I live, I don't care how cowardly or honorary you see it.
I'm gonna need that library story later, by the way.
Alright, back to business. Are we gonna go down?
Yes, absolutely. You were told
I
to
mean-
lead the way, say, hey, I'm a mage, I'm here to join the revolution. When you get surrounded by the inquisitors and stuff, we'll take them out, and then we'll just go home because it was all a trap.
Well, I guess you're bait.
They wouldn't fall for it. I'm not a magician, genius.
No, Taller.
Tarek's the bait. Okay,
I don't know,
cool.
Jet. You're pretty magical. I mean, you make my patience disappear all the time.
Hey, special talents is not magic.
All right, well,
We can also sacrifice the kid.
No.
that's out of the question.
Just saying, she's got magic. She'll, be low to the ground for the crossfire.
You know, I don't agree with Jet on the whole sacrifice thing, but maybe it would be good for her to come along.
Oh, that's a terrible idea if we're not using her for bait.
I
not
know, but
using-
her.
Not
So-
using the
she-
kid as bait.
The
She
bait
has-
part I would disagree with, but I do agree with Talric that if she's clearly a mage and she were to stay here, this place could be in danger. She could be in danger. If
Yeah, I mean,
Pathos is if Pathos is in a place where mages are gathering to be safe, that would likely be the best place for her.
Why do we
yeah,
even bring her
exactly.
again?
It's like a commune. that she
You
can
know,
go in.
you didn't just want to abandon a 6-year-old in the mountains. I don't know.
No, you didn't want to abandon the 6-year-old in the mountains.
Say that like it's a bad thing.
I wasn't here for that decision, but
You didn't miss much. I'm outvoted again. Damn
if
democracy.
if it is true, there's a sanctuary there, though.
You're really
Girl will be
slinking
there.
into that evil spectrum there, Jet.
Look, all right, I'm not one for kids.
Still, you're just like abandoned small child who's incapable of managing her life.
She's got
Slowly slipping down.
Let me just check my alignment chart here, and oh yeah, I'm fine.
You're in that
You
gray.
underestimate her
You're in
power.
that gray, and that like is sliding slightly above the red.
Yeah. You're between chaos.
It's not my fault.
neutral
I'm
and chaotic
surrounded by
evil.
holier than thou characters.
I mean,
listen.
there's a difference. With the whole abandoning a child thing, there's a slight difference.
Yeah, there's a slight difference.
You're
I'm only holier than thou because I was super not holier than thou one time a long time ago.
that one time, some time
That
ago.
one time.
I'm not perfect. Everybody's got flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
So
really
do
bad.
you, Jet. You've got flaws.
Yeah, I don't really get to experience
That's all
it too
it is.
often.
Wow, just wow. All right, well,
Anyways, so
Sorry.
shall we get ready to go?
Right, who's being the bait?
Maybe we should
We
Point
don't
to Tolerant.
Maybe we should wait
eat
to
bait
rest
yet.
the morning, or should we? Maybe we should wait until the next morning.
What time is it right now?
You guys came
Our
back
time of
about.
day.
You guys came back. It was definitely, I would say, mid-afternoon. So if you could tell the time through the sun, it's roughly like 4-ish.
Bit 4-ish.
Yeah.
Did it seem like it was like far down the coast, or?
I mean, to go. So you're essentially in the north. In terms of the whole country, you're essentially in the northeast coast. so you have to go pretty far south.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and then
So-
you weren't given like an exact coordinate, so it's kind of like, are you
Okay.
gonna go all the way to south, and then you essentially have to pan that part of the coast?
All right. I was under the assumption it's like a spit across the way, but yeah, if we got a hike ahead of us, probably resting up be good. So, all right. Yeah.
How many rooms do we have?
You have 2.
Hmm.
Likely Silica and Cassidy to at least be in a 1 room together.
Yeah, not being in that
So
room.
we got 4 guys in 1 room, and then a woman and a small child in another.
I mean, one of you guys could stay with them. I'm definitely not. Cedric, you're a holy man. I'm sure they could trust you.
What have I given you the idea that I'm a holy man?
I mean, I don't really care what you do. Don't slit his throat for all I care. I'm just not staying near you. He's not one of the party. What is it? Crystal holders. Dispensable.
Cedric is. Remember?
Yeah, I'm still not.
He was the true holder, and Serafina was only the holder while he was in hibernation before you all were.
All right. I'm still fuzzy on that. You know, the
Yes.
cat DNA's
No,
got my
he is-
mind all screwed up.
No, he is in fact equally as important as you are.
Well,
I'm going in this room.
Not to
Whoever's coming with
dissuade
me.
your importance, Christoph, but
whatever. I really don't
I'm
care.
sure
where
you know what
sleep
I
at this
mean.
point.
Dibs on the bed. See you later.
Christoph really doesn't know what she means. He's
well,
kinda
Christoph, you already have your own
Don't
room
think
here.
you have it done.
So
It's kind of.
for you, Christoph, it's not as much of a debate. You already have your own room.
dumb. Oh,
So it's actually 3 guys in
never
one
mind
room.
then.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then that's
I
fine.
neglected
Oh,
to
yeah,
mention
then
that
screw
part.
it.
Sorry, I neglected to
Screw it. I'll
mention
go to my
that.
room.
I'm gonna go in my room. That's not for people to see.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure how big of a. Well, I guess like 3 rooms.
Well,
isn't
you've been here
much
for
of a
like 2
stretch.
months.
Yeah,
That's
man,
mainly
he's
it.
getting lost in the sauce with all this crystal talk.
Yes, you've been given like, oh my God, I finally found you, and then you're like, we have to destroy an ancient evil. What? You're gonna destroy a
We're
what?
just nonchalantly talking about it. Yeah, you know.
I'm
Your
sorry.
fetch quest has got elongated.
Yeah, you picked up a side quest. For you, it's a side quest. Oh, your mic killed out. USB, baby.
no.
There you go. You're good.
There you are.
All right.
USBs, baby.
No, there's a little controller bit. So
Oh.
that's what happened.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
HyperX, man. All right. It's a good mic, but it can be fidgety.
I've heard
All
mixed reviews. Personally. Anyway,
Uh,
off topic. Back to the adventure.
Da, 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 da.
no, we
Um,
only review microphones now.
Oh, then I have no opinion. I use a
Yeah.
laptop, so
All right.
Back to the.
So-
I go to my room.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys
You
have.
know,
a-
this one's really good, but it's
obviously-
really hard to hang it up next to my ear. You just
Jesus,
gotta
move
say,
your mic
not
away.
really.
Move it away. Ow.
you make
We
me
have-
regret actually putting the.
We have
headphones-
viewers, man.
Do we?
We do right now. Yes.
Oh,
Sweet.
sorry.
Okay. So.
Oh man, I really hope this isn't your first time because now I seem like a.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're playing a
There's
rogue.
so much
It's not-
context to this character that you're
This-
missing.
Look, people could see. Sorry.
Can they?
But to be fair, people could see that you're a rogue, so I feel like they should have an understanding. Anywho.
All right.
Also, for any viewers that are confused on some current characters' backstories, I'm still working on the whole recap video. I am just very swamped with projects at the moment. As it turns out, this is not all I do.
So, are we like skipping dinner entirely? or
No.
have we
So I
had
mean,
dinner,
you guys are. So it's essentially, how do you guys wish to do the rest of your evening? Again, it's 4 o'clock. You have a whole list of the rest of the day. If you wanted to roam around town a bit more, you could. If you like looked at vendors, you could do whatever you wish. So it's kind of you know, you can kind of let me know what your plan or what you wish to do is.
If we are dealing with mages who should be on our side, but potentially could be a little hesitant to let us join them, we should probably make sure we're all armored up for the occasion, you know?
I don't think armor does much against magic.
Oh yeah. So Tarek, this reminds me.
Yes.
So I have to change the name of your book. I gave you the wrong. I gave you one that I thought did something else and didn't.
It is now called Flowers for Zargon.
No.
Oh.
It
No,
is,
instead of whatever book you got this one instead.
No, it's just instead of the name is just the Tome of Skill, but everything else is the same. Everything
Yeah,
else.
Tome of Skill.
What you know else about it? Essentially, it just goes. Instead, it goes over about how to utilize your abilities and like how to maintain stealth, all these kind of things that are like things that are very skill based.
Mhm.
How to win friends and influence inquisitors. Got it.
How to be more charming.
How to
Lying
kill
for
indiscriminately.
Lying for dummies. Alright,
Yeah, because like I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling particularly squishy right now. Like all I have is studded leather armor. I feel like I should probably, bulk up a little bit just in case. At least have something that's resistant to, fire magics or electricity or something. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little vulnerable compared to the rest of you guys.
yeah.
I mean,
Armor is kind of lacking.
Yeah.
yours,
You should
Christoph?
upgrade. No, hit.
I was
Taller.
gonna say.
No,
Mr.
I'm in
Full
full plate. Yeah, Mr.
Christoph's
Full
the
plate.
model.
I mean, you can
Should-
look
gotta
around.
should
build
get yourself
towards
one of
that.
these veins on his chest.
Tarek,
plate.
if you wish to look around, you may. So what do you kind of look around for?
So
I'm gonna follow him around.
All right.
yeah, sure. So
Christoph doesn't
I
have anything else to do.
Well, if we're not going to bed now, I'm just gonna head back down to the tavern and eavesdrop some more.
All right.
I cannot find what I need to find in this town. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
You know.
You never know.
yeah, I'm gonna kind of take a look around. I want to see if I can find any kind of clothing shop or armor shop that specializes in
What the heck?
like
Magic
armor
profession.
clothing that's resistant to magical evocations and things like that.
Hell, if you talk to the Inquisitors, they'll probably hook you up.
Yeah, let me just do that. Yep.
Yeah,
That'll
this
go
guy.
real well.
All right, I'll help him in his search.
Because like I don't need like a super heavy chain armor per se, but I definitely need something a
you
little
do.
more than what I've got going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Chainmail offers way more protection than what you're wearing currently.
So let's. Oh, I forgot I was going to pull this out, and I totally just put it away. I was like, I don't need this book. Wait, I need this book. Okay,
No, you
so you can find like a little like I said adventurer groups are kind of one of the few ways that some people are able to make money in Dern. They usually get restricted once they kind of get a certain amount of experience, and then they're kind of forced to retire. They're obviously likely due to some, having a very militaristic. It's either essentially at some point you either decide like you're not going to be an adventurer anymore, or you're going to join the military. You got to pick one. So There are stores that do actually sell weapons and armor, though uh, not very beneficial, or not very unique. You ask kind of about potentially any like resistances and stuff. They kind of scoff at you. Like, if I was allowed to enchant, I probably wouldn't be here. So, sadly, no. However, I do have, if you're looking for something like a chain shirt, that would cost you 50 gold. I can bump you up to, if you wanted to bump up even more, to the breastplate, that would cost 400. Sadly, I don't have the means to any type of half-plate armor right now.
Chain shirt was 50, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll upgrade to the chain shirt.
Alright.
Good idea.
Probably help you a bit.
At least stabbing will hurt a little less.
Likely. That is what it's made for.
50 gold. I hand over the 50 gold to them.
Alright.
There we go. Okay. Cool. Are there any kind of like potion shops or apothecaries, anything of the sort around here?
Yeah, so potions are a little different. They are a bit,
Alchemic, not.
yeah, so
Okay.
they kind of, but they're again a lot more basic. You can kind of tell that, again, the experience level that these places cater to are generally a lot lower. And so you kind of try to look for a potion shop, and you find that you can definitely kind of see in the little marked spots that the potions are not the cheapest. It's about 400 gold for what you can see as just a health potion. It has no like strength listed. It just says health potion.
In like sketchy writing, like black on white, and just
The L is
generic.
backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of, obviously, it's one of those where it's like, oh god. The fact that these are valuable is really bad.
The Lower West Side.
Yeah, usually means that not many people make these, likely.
Yeah. Alright, I can tell that I'm not going to be able to dig much deeper than that. So if Kristoff's all set as well, I'm probably going to head back to the tavern.
Yeah, this entire time, Kristoff has just been like looming over him, watching. It's kind of following him around.
I finally found you. I'm not letting you out of my sight.
Yep.
I won't let you be kidnapped. Not again.
Not again. Alright, yeah. No, Kristoff is pretty set. He's got his full plate. He's pretty good with supplies. Actually, you probably should. How long would it take us to get from, I guess, the northeastern coast to the southern coast, like day-wise? Would we have to load up on supplies, or?
So at least for supplies wise, you're decently set. If you go get rations, those aren't inherently too much. If you look around, those.
Alright.
Why did I put this away?
Never put that one away.
We just stopped the local Whole Foods.
Some
Yeah,
reason
local
I'm like,
Whole
oh, they're done.
Yeah, they're done. This shopping trip's over.
And then I'm like, oh, of course not. Why wouldn't it be? If you needed extra in terms of like rations and stuff, that's kind of why.
Ye old Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
I,
let's go to ye old Trader
roll-
Joe's.
Can I please go to the right page? Thank you. There we go. So, rations, essentially, one ration is 5 silver. So,
okay.
so you can kind of translate that to what your needs are.
Alright.
If you need some extras. obviously, especially if you want to include what would have been put in your like level 1 bag, Kristoff, since you're newer, you could do that.
Hmm.
And
And I need to dig out my.
before
Player's
you would have
handbook now.
left Jet and Taurik, you kind of would have been given essentially a fresh adventurers packs as well.
Okay.
So things
Oh,
that are in the
I have to
adventures.
look what all
so,
that
yeah,
is.
so things that are in the, you can just look it up. It's not too much. There's
Yeah.
there's like 5 rations in those. You've like
Okay.
and because you guys kind of have been
Alright.
since you have come back, you've kind of been getting fed. And it's like while you're here, example, right? You're not going to use a ration while you're in this tavern because you're just
That's
going
cheap.
to eat because it's not expensive to eat here.
Yeah.
Since it's essentially a homeless shelter.
Well, I got 10 days of rations.
Okay.
I'm assuming we're gonna need more than that for everyone.
It depends, I guess, if you see any. If you plan to go to, it depends if you see any towns and whatnot. It's up to you.
No stops. We drive straight through, taking control of this road trip.
No breaks.
No breaks. If you gotta go, use a bottle. Yeah, I really don't know. I'm guessing it's gonna be longer than 10 days trip. Or at least it feels like it would be.
Up to you what you wish to buy extra for.
No, rations aren't very.
No, they're 5 silver, like I said.
Yeah, they're 5 silver, so. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll go and buy another 10 rations.
All right.
And
Oh, God, my throat is just going more and more.
so 5 gold worth of rations.
The fun
Unless
part.
the prices are jacked up for rations.
No.
No?
That's something that they there's enough. That is a very basic need. So, however, alchemists are just a lot more rare.
Yeah.
In these parts.
Okay.
You don't need alchemists for rations.
No, you don't. Yeah, I'm good there. I need nothing else.
All right. Anything else that the rest of you wish to do or grab extras of? Otherwise, if you're good, you guys, if you can let me know any other things that you would plan to do for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, Kristoff doesn't really get into much.
I suppose.
You know, paladins don't party all night.
No. I don't know if there was a fight club, he'd be all about that, but I don't think the hobos are up for fight club.
Look, dude, just don't talk about it and we'll be
I'll
fine.
give you a goal to fight me.
Fight me.
Sure, what do I got to lose?
Never should have come here.
All right. Are you gonna do any
Yeah.
more reading, Taurik?
Here's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Before I do any more reading, I'm gonna go up to whatever room it is that me and Jet and Cedric are gonna be sharing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to investigate and observe the walls, the furniture, the floor, the ceiling, and the general architecture of the room.
Okay, so make
I did this.
since you're kind of doing everything, I would say make 3 investigation checks.
Okay. And that's I don't know if
And tell me each
Jet
like as you
would
go.
remember this at all, but this is something that I have done before. Okay.
Yes,
3
I actually
investigation
vaguely
checks.
remember something.
So, yeah, tell me each as you go.
Sure. All right, so that's a net 20,
Sweet.
so
All
24 total. 16 plus 4, so that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
And nat 1 plus 4.
I was hoping.
And natural
It's
one,
fine.
baby.
Covering the full spectrum.
All right, like another explanation while I roll this. I
Oh,
pull this
D20
image
is so
up here.
good.
Too bad you got
For
the
those who
universe.
are
Good
new
stuff.
to our lovely stream here, there's a reason we're called Natural One, and that's because every time we roll a natural one, we roll on a special critical fail chart.
I rolled a nat 1 almost
And-
every session.
So far,
You
except for
really
the
have,
first
yeah.
one. So right now, Tark is gonna roll 2d10 for me, and then
Yep,
I will
sure.
let him know what his results are once I can. I've got to make this thing in a better spot. I always forget where this is. There it is.
23.
23.
Here, I'll be right back.
So, I'm gonna make this one work.
Oh, jeez.
So, I'll tell you each as you go. Okay, so you kind of start with the walls.
Yep.
You're going through the walls. What you can gather is they're very thin.
Mm-hmm.
The walls here are like, if you punched hard enough, you'd be in the next room.
Okay.
So like
Oh,
they're not. This building is not maybe in the greatest of shape. Yeah, probably it's maybe, if anything, it's probably really old. Obviously being the coast, a lot of coastal breeze, a lot of water, a lot of moisture in the air. Probably gets to the wood a lot.
You should
so
be using
you've-
marine plywood. I
Like,
don't
you've
know what these
almost
guys are
like
thinking.
chipped at the wall
Marine
and are
plywood.
just like you said it'll peel at some points. It's not the greatest in condition at all. The floor is almost very similarly. You do actually find a hole in the floor. And you or it's not a hole in the floor. It's like a floorboard that clearly would raise. So it's not open. Like you're just like, "Arr!" But you open and you are feeling around the floor and you push down and one of the floorboards kind of comes up, and in that you actually find this very well made gold pouch.
Oh.
Like if you imagine wise, almost like a Crown Royal bag, but doesn't say Crown Royal.
Mm-hmm.
It actually says Manhammer on it. You don't know what that means. Yes. Don't give me that look.
Manhammer?
Don't look at me like that. I want to.
All right.
I throw in
All right,
subtle
Marshall.
references.
All right, Marshall.
I throw
I
in
see you.
subtle inspirations from other campaigns I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Manhammer.
I like to throw in subtle inspirations. But anyway, yes. It says
What's up, man?
Manhammer on it. You don't understand what that means. But
Wait. So does it
Um,
say manhammer or banhammer?
man, like M-A-N.
Man. Okay.
Yeah. And you open it and it's got about if you sit there, when you kind of sit there and count enough, it's got about 100 platinum pieces in it.
Yep,
100
that's
platinum?
fitting. That's fitting.
All right, and then and then outside of that, the floor is actually a little more stable. Probably you reach farther in, there's actually hay in the floor. A lot of times people
Oh
would,
god.
a lot of
What a terrible underlayment substitute. Absolutely ridiculous.
yeah, a lot of places, a lot of buildings will do this for insulation. Being on the coast, obviously it's probably really cold in the winter.
Hay in the floor on the coast.
Underneath.
That seems like a bad idea.
They're not very smart.
No,
Have they never heard of treated plywood, honestly?
I don't think tree plywood is a thing quite yet.
They didn't have insulated foam back then, Peyton.
It's true.
I'm just saying, that straw's get rot pretty quick.
They may change it. That's probably why the floorboard is loose.
Fair enough.
And so then you kind of try to check the furniture, and you have a bit of a snafu. You try to look on the top of a cupboard or something, this big dresser that's in the room. So you pull this there's an armchair in there, and all of a sudden, as you're trying to step up onto the chair, your foot slips through the back end, and
Oh.
it like completely goes through the chair, like the bottom of the chair. Your foot it goes into the floor, and you're like, Jet, make a perception check.
Nope.
And Christoph, are you in as well?
Yeah, he'd probably be in his room by
Make a
now.
perception check as well.
20 total.
Okay.
Or wait, I might be. I might have profession. Let me check.
Okay.
Yeah, 21 total.
Okay.
Oh, that's 24 total.
All right. So yeah. So Tarek, you just continue to push through, and you just like totally. You're like one of your feet's in the chair, the other foot's like this, like up like to your torso. You're like, ah. Just like,
caught in
oh,
It's fine.
and,
Everything's fine.
Does he sound in
and
distress, or
Jet,
did you just fall?
Jet and Christoph, you both hear this crash at the second floor, and yeah, you just hear this little like this yellow like ah, like
It's probably fine.
I'm gonna go up there. I want to make sure nobody's touching my stuff.
All right. Call me if you need me. He's just gonna sit at the bar.
I will totally 100% do that.
Mhm. So you head up, Jet, and you open the door, and you see Tarek grappled by this chair. So
I'm
as a
gonna
little-
turn around and look
So
at
as
him.
a little peek behind the curtain, your roll was the next melee attack on you automatically hits and grapples you. So my thought was,
The
how can
chair's
I
on
make
me,
that
man.
work? How can I make that work? And that was what I came up with.
Jeez.
So
I'm
you're
gonna
grappled
turn
by the
around.
chair currently.
Oh, you're like the husky that's stuck in the sun chair. You're stuck in a little lounge chair.
I'm gonna turn around and look at Jet, and I'm just gonna go, "This is exactly what it looks like. Help me out, please."
This is exact.
I'm going to shut the door behind me,
Mhm,
lean against it, and
mhm.
just laugh for like a solid minute.
So
Don't
Christoph,
plan them
you'll
for you
hear-
then, bastard.
you'll hear what's a really unfamiliar sight or sound, which is somebody just laughing, like just busting out laughing.
I kind of wish I went up there now. Too late.
I mean, you're on the same floor.
All
Am
right,
Yeah.
all right.
Other bedrooms are upstairs.
All right, what do I need to roll to unentangle myself from this chair?
Well, so if you're gonna do it without any assistance, roll just roll a strength check. We'll do that.
Do a strength check. All right.
Just a check. So
15.
okay, you struggle a bit, but you
Oh,
kind
that
of
was
snagged
really-
yourself. But you did you do manage to break yourself free of the chair
Nice.
without hurting yourself.
Ugh,
Getting
I'm not paid for
split-
damages.
I was really hoping the chair would win.
You find out there's a couple splinters, so it did have the last laugh.
With its dying breath, it stabbeth ye.
Actually,
Okay,
here,
tell
wait.
Chair!
Yeah.
This
So
will do.
and then you Jet behind you. Actually, you hear like you do kind of hear a knock at the door, like,
We're good. Got it. We fixed it.
"What's going on in there?" And you can tell it's the voice of the tender downstairs.
All right. I'm going to say to him that. Let's see. What's the
I thought
best
you were
way to do
outside
it?
the room, Jet.
No, I'm inside. I was leaning against the door, laughing my ass off at him.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I knocked the door.
Let's see. What's the best lie to go with here? I would say it was just a mishap with some of our baggage that clumped to the
That's
floor.
exactly what it sounds like.
Sounds like you're breaking things in there.
No, just some of our heavy baggage landed on the floor.
Roll deception.
Will do.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, don't worry. All right. How's a hold on? What is that?
I ain't rolling deception. Didn't go well
How's
for me last
28?
time.
I rolled a 19.
Very nice.
Open up! I rolled a nat 20.
Ah, damn it.
Oh.
Alright.
I don't believe you.
Jet, quick, Jet, take. And I'm like grabbing the remains of the chair. I'm like, push the remains of the chair up against the door. Put it up against the door.
You're
Well,
gonna-
okay, so just so you have a little bit of context, the way the chair looks is it looks like just like the bottom and the back are like kicked out.
You have a stool.
So like from the front, if you could push the cushion
So-
right, it won't look like anything happened to it.
So, what you're saying is, so it's got the legs still, and it's got the actual like.
Yeah,
Cushion
essentially
seat
you like fell
Is
through
it
the bottom.
tall enough that we could set it up against the doorknob to keep the doorknob from being able to turn?
Yeah,
Like, could we like crook
Yeah.
it underneath the doorknob?
yeah.
Or
Or at
We
least you
could
think
just-
so.
I just would have propped it up.
At
against
least
the
you
wall
think
and
so,
Made
yeah.
it look like
Yeah.
a regular chair.
That's what I'm thinking.
Tarek's
Yeah.
panicking.
But you know
It's
what?
freaking
I'm
out.
going for it. It is
All right.
not my
So you
fault at
guys,
all.
you guys try to
I'm
prop it
gonna
up against the door. So it kind of sits under the doorknob. It's a round knob, so it's a little hard to you're like banking on the fact that maybe it'll just get caught if you try, or the weight will prevent it from pushing.
I'll help him
Uh,
out, but I'm like slight giggling.
Make
the
a,
whole
both of
time.
you make a quick
Wow,
intelligence check.
How ridiculous this is.
Isn't there like, because there's also like a hole in the floor now, right? That my foot went through.
No, you just you lifted a
Okay.
panel. So when you
Oh,
when
okay.
you grab the bag, you put it down again.
But I want to make because that's yeah.
You like pushed and like it went up.
All right, intelligence check.
I rolled a 2.
You did like this essentially.
It's
got
another
it.
15.
I got a 2.
Does it sound
so
like there's a lot of
at
commotion
the
going on
last
downstairs?
second, I mean, now you hear the tender or the owner. Now you hear the owner up at the door, asking them what's going on in there. He doesn't believe them, and then so at the last second, Tarek, you realize, oh no, it's from where you are. It's like, oh no, he just has to pull the door open. As he just pulls the door open,
Oh.
Alright, because we had it propped up, does it like fall onto him or something?
no, but he's looking right at the hole in the chair as he
Right.
opens the door.
Then as soon as he opens it, I want
You
to
just-
look at him and say, "You broke it."
It was perfectly
Roll
clean and you're-
deception.
Oh,
I
you
will
get
do
the
that.
door.
Oh, this is good. Oh, well.
You know,
Nice.
chairs these days, they don't make
Mm.
them like they used to. They just
That
fall
one was a
apart at the
17.
Yeah, so he rolled in that one.
drop of a
Oh.
hat.
Hey, that's a 1.
It is.
Where's your little chart thing, Marshall?
These darn import chairs.
Okay, this will be interesting.
The best thing about this is he
so-
didn't believe me on a very believable lie.
So he's like, "Damn it! Why'd you why'd you put it by the door? Ah, no, you caused me. Now you made me break the thing. What was going on here? That were you trying to get some?" He kind of sees the dresser got a little shaken in the kerfuffle. Were you trying to move the dresser? I mean, you
Listen,
could have asked for help.
Emmett,
Oh, okay.
I am a music. Important for me that when I practice my music, that I am in the perfect environment, and sometimes that means moving around some of the furniture so that the feng shui remains intact. Now, this is nothing against you or your establishment, sir and/or madam, but it just
He's a
wasn't
dude.
exactly to my specifications in order for me to perform to the best of my musical ability. That's all. It's nothing against you. It's not it's not a personal thing. I just have a very specific taste when it comes to where I create my works of mastery. That's
When
all.
so-
Jet knows. He understands. He's
So.
Feng
very
shui,
familiar
feng
with this
shui,
process.
yep.
So I would have you roll a deception. However, just as you kind of finish giving this, all of a sudden, like you hear from the bottom, like you start to hear like from the you start to hear come up the stairs like as these two
It's a gun.
guards head up the end of the stairs and they point at the owner. They're like, "You We finally caught you. You're hiding out here in the slums. As like one of them just rolls up, grabs him, and he's like, "I haven't done anything. What do you mean?" We were told that someone looked just like you and stealing from the shops. They're coming with us. And when you guys see them, they just look like normal guards. And he goes, Was he pet? And like the one that looks at you, looks at the two of you. And he's like, "Was this man pestering you guys? Was he
Well,
trying
he
to
broke our
take from
chair
you two?"
for starters. Perfectly nice chair.
What's your alignment?
The nerve of this man. Honestly.
What's your alignment?
Marshall, I want
Who, me?
Yeah.
just because of the water.
I just wanna know.
They've actually been stealing shit.
It's neutral good.
A little bit of chaotic action. You're still
Get
neutral
a little
good, but
chaotic, I know.
you're a little
Yeah,
still
it's
neutral good.
neutral good, chaotic
Roll
good,
deception
quick.
on that. And what were you saying, Peyton?
Is this because of the one, or has this dude been actually pickpocketing? Or whatever.
The one.
Usually when things come out of left field,
Meta wise,
Hey, this is my only second
Meta-wise-
session. So.
Meta-wise, he rolled. Meta-wise, he rolled that there is a wanted criminal who looks just like him, and so he is now wanted as a result.
Thank goodness none of us rolled that.
I mean, you're technically wanted in some
Right.
ways.
But to just have two guards show up out of nowhere with no warning, we're
Stop.
screwed.
You have defiled the law.
I was thinking that.
They pretty
yeah.
much did that. Yes. Stop! You have violated the law. You will serve your
Never should have come
sentence.
here.
Pay your fine or serve
So
your
roll a
sentence.
deception, Tarek. He yells, "What do you mean? I own the chair. This is my establishment."
Let's see here. Deception? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a 19.
Oh yeah, here.
I want the
but,
guards
you
to
know.
not roll ones and then have guards on them.
they get caught.
You're imposters.
So
How deep can we go?
so
If it
Focus, camera.
snowballs that much, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
All right, quite the
so-
opposite.
so they hear what the owner says and they hear what you say, and he's a little confused and he goes, "What? What do you mean? What? Who's?
Pulling out spell book.
What are you?" Here, you, or he goes to the other guy that is holding the owner. You go down, take him out. I'm gonna ask these two some more questions.
I already regret coming into this room.
At first I was like, oh, I wish I was there. Now I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm
The
content.
tables turn. All
When you
right.
leave the lying to the liars.
So Tarek, to be fair, I've rolled 2 20s on insight.
Yes, I know.
You failed yours
I
technically.
did, and it was a really high roll too. I was surprised.
It was. But the my table nat 20 rules are
Yes.
too strong for you.
20s are too strong for you.
Fortune isn't on your
So
side.
he goes to you, so he's like, "All right, now." He kind of looks at the chair like, "Move this chair."
Careful, don't break it even further.
He's telling you to move the chair.
I am telling Tulric not to break it further.
I will pull the chair over to the side.
Okay. All right, now. So what's going on here? Because now he's saying he's the owner here, but you're saying he's breaking his own stuff, and that just doesn't add up. What's going on? Are you helping him?
And
Are
you can
in
ask
on
him
this
himself.
stuff?
He broke the chair. He confirmed that himself. You can ask him about that. He did break the chair.
Yeah, but
Sir,
why?
I can say with 100% honesty that we are not working with this gentleman. We don't have any kind of connections with him or any crimes he may have committed. All of this is brand new to us, I assure you.
Yes, he sounds like quite the not reputable fellow. I wouldn't trust much of what he has to say.
So I'm
You
not gonna
should
have you
check his
roll.
Carfax.
I'm not
He
gonna
might
have you guys
have
roll
his name.
deception. I'm gonna have you roll persuasion.
That is
Okay.
the opposite of what should happen here. For my. Let's see.
Boy, I hope I'm really,
Well, you're not really
proficient.
lying, and you're not. Actually, you were. Jed, you rolled deception.
Yes.
You were lying.
All right. Cool. So.
Tark wasn't.
Oh,
Dirty
I forgot
20.
about this for my 2. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm not proficient. Anyways, never mind. Sorry, I gotta do math real quick.
All right. What was yours, Tarek?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
19.
I'll do it for each of you actually. So that'll be okay. So, on the plus side, he believes both of you.
Nice.
There we
So
go.
there he goes.
One of us tells only lies. The other
All
tells
right.
only truth. You may ask us one question.
All right. Yeah. Just keep your nose out of trouble. I'll be keeping an eye on you if you stay too long. And he believes. Like, it was just the two of them. He goes, all right. And you kind of hear him off of the dip on him. All right, you're coming away. Just like one more, like, I didn't do anything.
I'm just gonna shut the door.
All right, so you spent about an hour searching Tarek, so it's roughly about 7 o'clock at this point.
What were you even doing? How'd you get stuck in a chair?
Oh, is Dylan frozen?
No, I'll never know.
I think Dylan is
No,
frozen. No,
the mystery will never be solved.
no.
Oh!
All right, anything you do then, Peyton, while we maybe wait for Dylan to reconnect here.
I get no. Kristoff doesn't get into much. He just likes fighting, and I don't think that's very plausible being lawful good in a hobo soup kitchen.
I can't just like, here's the gold. Fight me.
Fight me. But
Well, that's all I got to lose. Ah! Just like what? Up
just one punch break his jaw. I
yeah.
guess the whole time he's just chilling at the bar, eating and just watching
Oh boy.
like Jet go up, hearing some truffle, and then watching 2 guards going up. And the whole time he's just there eating the soup. Like, I'm sure they're fine.
Should have gone to that thing.
I don't think I would have been a. No, I should have gone, but it's past. Alright, yeah.
Did I hear anything in the tavern while they were away, or was it just like basic jibber jabber? Nobody cares.
I mean, yeah, it was a lot of just people being sad, just like
He should.
my
He
life.
said.
My life was once a profitable one, and now my life is sad.
See, this is why I don't think anyone would be up for like a gentleman brawl or like feats of strength challenge. They kind of just all.
Yeah, they
they're
may
drunk
let
and
you kill them.
stupor. They may let me kill them. Just do it.
Just end it. Okay, well,
No,
we'll have.
there's-
Well, I'm gonna get rid of the overlay for now until Dylan gets back.
I guess I'm just gonna go up there and like catch the aftermath of this. Like, what the hell are you two doing?
So you see, yeah,
Oh.
Dylan completely is off of Discord.
Yeah, he just sent a message.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Messenger off right now. Yeah, so you
Soon.
see the two. You see Tarek frozen in time temporarily.
Just in shock.
Yeah, no. So he, you.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Hey.
Oh,
Oh.
Internet.
Ooh,
Are we on the internet?
also weird grunting
Hang on.
noises.
Hang on.
I hear you.
He's lost in the void, but we can hear him.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
now I can see him.
Hang on.
I see his
Okay.
forehead.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
So
Okay,
I'll repeat
so-
my question.
So yeah, so
Shh, 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 shh.
Christoph has come
No,
up.
I asked first.
Okay, Jet, come here, come here.
All right.
So Kristoff has
And I'm
come
gonna
up and
pull-
Kristoff has moved over and is now asking you what's going on as well.
So is Kristoff in the room now too?
Yeah, he's in the doorway.
Close the door. Close the door behind you.
All right, fine. I'll close the door.
And I am going to pull out the gold
Oh,
pouch. That
Silica
I found.
actually has come over as well.
Silica, for God's sakes, close the door.
I forgot. I kind of
Get
forgot.
in here. Get in here.
Who's watching the kid?
Cedric is with her. It's fine. I told them to wait here. I told them to wait there. What are you two doing? What are you?
Oh, it's a
What
complete
what have you been doing in here? Why
Yeah,
am I
there was
hearing all
two-
this
there was
ruckus?
two guards, and then the innkeep got
And
hauled
they, yeah,
off.
they arrested the owner. What's going on?
She barged into our room, kicked over a
Stop yelling.
chair.
Stop yelling. Listen. I found this, and I pull out the gold pouch that I found underneath the floorboard there.
That was a platinum. pouch.
Well,
Oh, you found my
the
wallet.
color of it is gold.
Oh, the color is gold.
I don't
Sorry.
know. I don't know if this belonged to the owner there, or if it was something that he stole, or if it
Do you see the
was from somebody else who lived in here. I don't know. It's kind of what I just found.
so you see the name on there, Christoph, and you recall the name of the owner was not Manhammer.
It's not the owners. Oh, what with the pouch?
Free
I don't know,
pouch.
but
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's
well, based on what's in it, I feel like we would have a good amount of use for it.
Wow, what's
Yeah.
in it?
Did he not say?
no.
I
I
have
just showed
not
the
said
pouch.
yet.
I
what's in
thought
it.
you
He's
said
just
it.
like, I
I
found
thought
this
you
pouch.
said. I thought you said that's why. Okay, that she just
Oh,
would have
sure.
been like,
I
Well,
said what's
could it
in
be
it is a
useful?
big deal.
well, if it's
Oh,
important.
like, extremely. But we can't be. We have to be quiet.
All right, I'm impatient. Kristoff's just gonna walk over there and take the pouch out of his hand and look in it.
Whoa! I'm resisting.
All
I'm
right.
taking it.
All right, roll. Let's see. Roll separate. Let's see what would be more. Let's see, because you're just trying to nab at it. So make
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
make
We're
an
gonna fight over
attack
this-
roll,
Attack
Kristoff,
roll.
Hey, good thing you just.
22.
and I'll have you make essentially a deck save, Tarek.
Deck save.
Oh, one of my candles went out.
Not inherently correct, but it's the way that makes the most sense to me.
13.
All right, you will still. So even with your, if I had just done armor class or the save, it would have been the same score, and you
Yep.
fail either way. So Kristoff, you grab the bag. He's just a little too quick for you.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't react soon enough.
Well, as it's passing by, can I take a grab at it?
Make a sleight of hand,
Yeah.
and then you have to beat the 22.
So it's in my hand now. It's gonna get.
Nat 20, baby.
Oh my god. So Kristoff, before you get the chance to swipe at it, you just see Jet just go like, yoink.
Do I see you?
Well, actually, no. Essentially, it's like you go to reach for the bag, it's not there, and you just turn, and Jet has opened it. And it's just like, what's in here?
Alright, what's in a jet?
Oh,
So you
just
see
salt.
you see a lot of platinum.
I turn
It's
to look
just-
at the party and just say it's just salt and give a wink to Talric.
That's insight. I'm
Yep.
insight
Roll
in that.
deception.
Will
I
do.
don't think salt would be important.
I mean, hey, you don't know much about Tarek.
It was out of game, but I did mention earlier that I had a salt shaker on me already, so I
Yeah.
probably consider it to be important.
It was on my mind.
All right, what was your
It's all-
It
deception
was out
roll?
of game though.
I got 23.
All right,
Yeah,
your insight.
my insight. That's 13.
You're now you kind of looked at Tarek. Why is that important?
Yeah, why is salt important to you?
Hold on, actually.
I pull out my salt shaker.
Oh my
You
god,
have
guess you
that.
rolled a nat 20 on her insight check!
Yes.
Silica,
Don't let the greedy rogue keep
so
up
yeah,
with that.
Silica looks you dead in the eye.
It would have been
Jet,
just me.
Silica
What was
looks
it?
you dead in the eye and goes,
Oh, you got some golden snitch action going on there, Marshall.
"It's money, isn't it?" Just dead,
found a bag
just
of money?
deadpanned. Your eyes, just, it's money, isn't it?
I mean,
You always lie if it's money.
What
to be
race is
fair, I lie
Jet?
about everything.
He to you looks
Half
like an elf, but since he hasn't
Oh.
told you, you essentially kind of think he's an elf, just a little more burly elf. You're relatively aware of half elves, so actually, yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
I was like, oh, if he's a little person, I'm just gonna pick him up.
Oh, jeez.
He is the only non-human, but he is still a barely non-human.
It's funny that the only non-human is the only one who doesn't know magic.
All right.
But I'm just gonna have a good grasp on it and hand it to Torrik.
Oh wow!
How much money is it?
All right, I'm gonna take the bag and I open it up and I kind of like show everyone the inside contents.
I mean, obviously you can't just count with your eyes in the whole bag, so it looks like a lot of platinum.
Yes, that could be useful.
I mean, can I tell, having hold the weight bag and, me?
Yeah, it's about like 150.
I don't know, maybe.
I will say you would have gotten this when you would have noticed this while make an investigation check, Tarek.
Sure.
This is somewhat. I'm doing this somewhat retroactively. Is it a 1? Was it a 1?
I think so.
You think so?
That is
Yeah. All right, give me that roll, baby.
We haven't left the tavern.
It's 2-1.
Why did this all fall apart so quickly?
And I have rolled 4 insight checks and 3 natural 20s.
God.
You're killing me, man.
91.
Yeah, we need to leave this
Ooh,
tavern.
91. Let's see.
Guys, I just wanted to investigate the room. That's all I wanted.
All right,
to
roll a
do.
d6. Roll a d6.
This was supposed to be so simple. 4.
All right.
It'd take us like 3 weeks to leave this tavern.
Now, for those of
you
you
are
at
all
home,
you are all
this is what's
standing.
known as a snowball effect.
So you're all standing there, right? So you are all standing there, and all of a sudden, Tarek just disappears.
All right, I want to catch the bag before
Um,
it hits the floor.
God damn it.
It is okay. Let me do the math. Hold on. Let me do the math. So you catch the bag. Give it a dex roll for catching the bag.
Okay. I got
I'll describe what happens for you, Tarek. So
that
Tarek,
is 17.
you're frozen in time at the moment. You're kind of. All of a sudden, you just see, but all of a sudden, you see them just like the party instantly leave, and then you kind of see a number of people cycle in and out of this room, and then suddenly the whole room, you are in air. You're like in midair, and like now you are just seeing what's around you, and like the building has collapsed. You see what just a very fast moving, rampaging. It's not like so fast you can't see it. It's essentially almost like just like double speed. And you,
It's like the Time Machine episode from Futurama.
yeah, and you are seeing and you see, just horrible demons and devils just rampaging the city. Pure fire. The sky has turned to this fully clouded red. And at one point you do see like just a gigantic figure. This gigantic demonic figure. Let me grab I'll do it on my phone.
So, another new party member, eh? I don't see how this will end positive unless you just get snapped back a few minutes later.
I mean, now he's screwed. We're done. Moving on.
I'm about to get all tested super hard.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Well, so, see, the nice part is you are continuing to come back to sessions, so
Is this gonna be like our Friday game, where just like because of a few bad die rolls, we're gonna reset?
No.
so you
You may
see
not
this
believe me, but
creature.
this has happened before.
If it'll focus at all, it's very bright. It's just not helping things. The brightness is not helping anything.
Looks like Demogorgon.
Ugh, it's so hard.
Hang on, let me maximize here so I can actually take a look at that. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's
That
horrifying.
doesn't help. You kind of see it slicking around everywhere, and all of a sudden, so 20 seconds. So he disappeared. You guys are kind of standing there for like 20 seconds, like, where the hell did he go? What happened?
Someone do
Boom!
something.
Talrek, you snap back into place. You're like, it's like, you are 5 years older.
Really?
Yep, you've aged 5 years.
Am I still holding the bag of gold?
Nope.
Or platinum, rather?
No.
Nope.
So like you were like frozen and the bag was gone. No, we have not. This isn't like a game where it glitches and you've duped the bag.
That would be amazing.
That's not what I was gonna ask. No, I was gonna ask.
No, you are not holding. Oh, your hand's empty. You have like a beard. Your hair's a little longer. And you've seen everything that you saw. You can try to make an intelligence check to gauge maybe what you understand of it.
Sure.
But you all see Tarek snap back into it like he looks old. Is it another one? Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on, man! Put that dice in the fridge.
Oh, just smash it! Smash it with a hammer!
What the hell?
Put that dice in the fridge. It deserves nothing.
Okay, I don't mean to be mean, but I hope you rolled 99 again.
That was a 91.
That was a 91?
Yeah.
Hope you rolled 91 again.
Here we go again.
Oh,
So,
no, we're going
Here's
back.
what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna roll 100 for you, and then I'm going to put these dice away, and I'm going to pull out a different set of dice.
Yeah,
That is
I would have done that after like the first
That's
two
why I
enough
said
ones.
put that D20 in the freezer. You have to punish it.
Yep. Time for dice jail.
Just throw it onto the highway and just let what happens happens.
30.
The guards show back up.
All right. So what was your D100 roll?
I believe it was a 30.
Okay. He froze a little bit. Okay, there you go.
Yep.
So 30. What items do you have, Tarek? I forgot.
That's not a good sign.
No.
Yeah, that book you've been reading? Gone.
Well,
Hope you bookmarked it and memorized.
so not including everything in the adventures pack that you mentioned before,
Yeah.
I have
Get you to
a
book that.
short sword. I have a magical lute. I have the remnants of the cutlass with the red crystal
Right.
embedded in. I still have the card that lets you stay at any inn on the king's business. I have a bit of soot, flint, the torch, one of the white flowers.
So is the short sword your only weapon?
No,
What was the other
I
weapon?
have the sword. I have the cutlass hilt, and I have the sunblade.
Right. Okay. So because I think you forgot maybe to write down, but a while ago, Sarenthal had made all your weapons +1 so that they would be magical.
Right.
That
Ah,
short
it's
sword
ruined.
no longer feels like it had it feels like it lost some of its luster.
Okay.
But that's
So essentially
That's
now it
not
is a
bad.
normal short sword.
That's not nearly as bad as I was expecting.
nope.
No. And actually, based on the way this reads, essentially you don't even change your character sheet. You can keep a +1 because essentially in a half hour it'll come back.
Oh,
Okay.
good thing we're
Okay.
totally going to sleep
Since
right
we're not
now.
in an encounter, I just made a time period for it.
Too bad that didn't happen before the whole you aged 5 years thing.
Oh
Probably
my
would've been fun.
god.
Yeah, so I am
Jesus,
now
How old are you now?
5 years, right?
Yeah. 5 years
I'm now
older.
33.
Oh boy.
Put him out the pasture. He's done. Old Yeller.
Oh,
He doesn't look
man.
much old.
I mean, he came back with a lot longer hair and a beard.
I mean, look, growing older doesn't mean you forget how to.
No, but you were
Groom.
frozen. You didn't really have time to do any of those things.
You were essentially
Okay.
in like some weird coma.
Yeah, effectively. But you got to watch everything burn around you.
All right,
So
I'm gonna.
so you
take-
have no clue why you saw what you just saw and what it means. You just know it was horrifying
I-
and you hated it.
I'm going to take out the short sword, and like I'm going to put my hand to my face to kind of see like how long the beard is,
It's decently
and
long.
I'm going to say, all right,
Respectable.
Is
Alright.
it mine?
It's really
I-
like, yeah.
I am going to go to the restroom. I'm going to shave this off, and then I'm going straight to bed. And I'm done for the night. Do whatever you want with the money. I don't care anymore. I'm done.
I think you should keep the
Have a
beard.
good
You look
night, and I
more
leave the room.
respectable. Okay.
Should someone talk to him?
Hmm.
After the day he's had, I'm not doing it. He seems to be pretty bad luck around here.
Yeah, maybe we'll try to maybe talk to him in the morning. Roll a dex check, Tarek.
How many times you cut yourself during shaving?
And then Tarek stabbed himself with the short sword.
Just oh no, he stabbed himself in the brain.
Time for
11.
Silica to sacrifice herself.
Yeah, it's not the cleanest of shaves, but you're a little jarred. You kind of just you get yourself the decent like really short beard at this point. You just like with like just called it a day on your hair.
So
Yeah.
so we split the money.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jet, we're aware that you have it.
Stop.
Just keep it. I know that you are the safest person to keep it with. Just help the party out with it when you get the chance, if we really need it.
You know what? That's a fair deal.
There's nothing here for us to use that with, so it is best that
Fair
you just
enough.
keep it.
I'll tell you this: it's safer with me than the bank in my hometown.
Oh, okay. So are you gonna take a look at it at any point?
Probably. I was gonna do that after people left the room and more
Okay.
people.
So
fell
anything
asleep.
else that anybody wants to do while in here?
Not really. It's-
Yeah, you guys kind of.
A simple question turned to a strange turn of events.
So you're
Yeah,
just
dude.
kind of like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party bar.
Oh no, it's so
Yep.
far every campaign I've been a part of, like something relatively simple escalates.
Yeah, this was
'Cause of
purely
one or
dice
two
roll
things.
based.
Yeah, not being put to sleep multiple times on a whim.
Yeah, no.
God.
All
right.
All right. So
yeah,
you
Kristoff
head out.
goes to his room.
Yeah, Silica will head back eventually. So you'll have a little bit of alone time while Tarek is still kind of grooming himself. And okay, so roll an an investigation check on the money, which you do at least. You're enabled to count that it's 100, but
Okay.
just investigation.
That is a 14.
So you have discerned. You look at it and you actually notice, this is not Dernish mint. This is Dolaran mint. So
So
you
probably wouldn't do us
definitely
any good around
gauge
here
it
anyways.
is not useful here. Yeah.
Really?
Alright. So
You-
you said it was 100 plat?
yeah.
All right, I'll write that separately away from my own money because I totally don't have any platinum pieces in there.
So yes, You notice it's Dalaran mint. Tarek,
Quick refresher. How do you spell
you were
DeLorean?
you're so just like, oh my god, platinum. You're just like rustling through to count it. You didn't notice what the mint was. And then you transported dimensions when trying to recollect that information. All right. Anything else you'd like to do for a little bit more of the night, Tarek?
Kristoff does
Anyone?
push-ups in his room and then goes to bed.
Cedric will inevitably come back into your two's room.
I am asleep. I am done.
Yeah. I got it. I'm
No
on the
reading.
bed.
No reading for you.
Nope.
Okay.
If I read, a demon is gonna attack me. Or...
All right. All right. You
Roll
all
to make
get-
sure you don't get a paper cut, and you're done.
Yeah, you all rest up, and
Book rolls a 20 and it's a Vorpal page.
yeah, I'll give you, if you want, I'll give you another, essentially an intelligence check to discern what the vision was, Tarek.
Sure.
Please
do it,
don't
it's a
roll
trap.
1.
Let me just roll this one real quick.
If you roll another one, I'm walking away.
Yeah, the stream is over.
Okay. Okay.
Was it a 2?
Good news.
Okay.
Good news. Good. It's not a 1.
All right.
Okay.
It is gonna be 4.
Okay. You're a little unsure. You have
Alright.
gauged.
Uh,
You have been able. You at least gauge. It was probably the future,
Okay. That is frightening.
or I would say a future. You don't determine.
That
You're
is
not
still
sure what to
very-
make of. Like, you have no idea what else to make of it. You just could kind of tell like time was moving forward, so I think it was future. Me think future. Time move forward.
Time goes zoom zoom.
Me older.
That is how my mind
Me
thinks,
feel
yeah.
older. I mean, your roll is a 4, so you know,
Yep.
basic thoughts.
Yep.
All right, so you guys wake up. Jet, yeah, you see, you kind of all get yourselves up in the rooms. There will be a knock, like a nice kind of knock, a little, actually, kind of be a little knock at your door, just like.
I'm not answering it.
it's not to my
Do you
room,
answer
right?
this? No.
Okay.
Talk. Do you answer?
I get up. I walk over by the door. I'm gonna grab the remains of the chair to defend myself with, and I'm gonna walk over the door and be like, "Who is it?"
You just have like a cushion. You look down and you see Cassidy at the door.
Oh, hi.
Dude, anyways,
Cassie. I
pillow
just, like,
fight.
set the furniture down. Hi, Cassie. What is it?
I just wanted to say good morning.
Oh, well,
There was a lot
Oh,
of
good
stuff,
morning.
I guess, going on last night, and Celica was
nope,
worried
nothing.
about
Nothing's
you.
going on. It's totally
Well,
fine. Silica
Miss
is
Celica
not.
was worried about you, and I wanted to see if you were okay.
Well,
Mr.
that is
Tarek.
very sweet of her. You know, she is very compassionate like that, and but there's nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. Everything is totally fine. We're good. We're all good. I am good, especially. I'm very good. I'm doing great. How are you? Are you doing good? How's
He
Cedric?
lost to a chair.
You see her kind of tilt her head.
Chair's fine, sweetie. Chair's fine. It's okay. Everything's okay. Who wants breakfast? Let's go get breakfast.
I'll have breakfast. That sounds nice.
Great. Breakfast it is. And I'm gonna
You heard
head
him.
downstairs.
Breakfast on Tallwork.
You kind of start to walk out, and you do see Silica opening the door, kind of putting the final straps on her armor. Like, all right. Oh, good. So I was like, oh, good. You guys are up.
Breakfast.
How are you doing, Tarek?
We're going down.
Okay, how are you doing?
Oh, me? I'm great. I slept like a baby. I
Roll,
Fine.
roll a d20. Just a roll a luck roll. Just a luck roll.
Hold on. How's a 16 work?
Yeah, he's actually, despite that stuff of last night, you slept like a lamb. So,
Yeah,
no, you're very well
best
rested.
sleep I've had in a long time. You know, I'm just.
Hmm.
I'm yeah, I'll choose to believe you. As she kind of starts to walk out.
Let's go get breakfast. Okay.
Yeah, Cedric followed you two as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Cedric.
Anything else? Christoph, Jet, what do you wish to do?
Nope.
Oh, no,
Breakfast.
my day has already been made better. I'm just walking down.
So you guys notice, obviously, actually, you know what? All right. You guys do see the owner actually back in front, behind the counter, and he kind of sees you come downstairs, and he just goes like, and he just kind of looks at you like, what was that yesterday?
What was what?
I just
Christoph,
wanted
did
to
you not see that?
admire your lovely
You not hear
architecture,
anything?
good sir.
No, I was minding my own business.
These guys made me break a chair, and suddenly I got arrested for stealing stuff I didn't steal.
All right.
Luckily,
What did they-
they caught the guy who actually did it. I got let go.
Who's the guy that actually did it?
I don't know, but he looked weirdly like me. He was actually strange. That's kind of why
What
I'm not
did
as
he
mad
steal?
as I thought. And just food.
Oh.
He's just a poor beggar.
Do you like have a twin brother? You should ask your parents about that. Okay, bye.
Are you all gonna eat or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Janet. Just get a family order. As you guys wait, you kind of go to a bigger table. Pretty much just sends you guys to the private room again because it's the only big table they've got.
Mhm.
I just had a horrible thought.
There, and you see human woman kind of bring out a big plate of just a big bowl of eggs and
Describe the
and-
fantasy food, Marshall.
yeah, no,
Describe it.
has
Makes me hungry.
it doesn't look like the biggest. It's not the biggest. You've actually eaten at other taverns, and that usually a breakfast platter that is ham. If it has like a ham with it, it's usually a decent size. This one's a little bit smaller. Probably not the fattest of pigs. Some just kind of has some bread. Not the breakfast of champions here, but it's enough.
Breakfast, nonetheless.
Tarek starts scarfing it down, just like he hasn't had a meal in 5 years, and is just thankful to be alive and able to eat food. Just
Pretty dark 20 seconds for you, huh?
no concern about the quality of it. Just eating it all down.
Yeah, because that D6 was how many rolls or how many rounds you were gone. So I obviously just did the math at how much time that would be.
Okay.
So 4 times 6. It was actually 24 seconds, but still.
All right then. Well,
All right.
any of you have the idea of best route to get there, or are we just gonna
Well,
leave the city, go
as long
south?
as I was gonna say, as long as we can figure out what direction south.
All right.
Does anyone have a compass?
It does not come
No.
in an explorer's pack.
No, none. I don't have a
I was
Compass
checking
probably
if I had that the feat that lets me know every way is north, but I didn't get that in favor of something else. So no, I do not.
Nope.
We'll have to look at some moss.
Or we could just buy a compass.
I mean, that spends money. Do
That
you have
is-
the money to pay
That
for
is
it?
so true. I don't know why I suggested moss. Never mind.
How much is a compass here? It's probably expensive since we're in like.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Well, that's not on this list. So
you're gonna get the money to pay for a compass.
I'll put it similar to the other things. Let me find something similar. Let's see.
Navigation tools probably be similar.
Yes. But obviously, it's not. It would have to be either.
Those are like 25.
Do we really need a compass? We can just follow the coast.
Fair enough.
It's also true.
Yeah.
I guess that's dependent on whether or not you think the coast is going to be safer or going straight through will be.
You mean if the coast is clear?
Hey.
You truly are better now, aren't you?
Why don't you go ahead and mark a death fail on your chart for me, please?
No.
Everyone dies a little bit because of that pun.
Everyone dies.
All right,
just
I'll
a
make
little
it.
bit.
I'll make it a fifth of the navigator's tools, so it would cost you 5 gold.
Oh yeah. After breakfast, Christoph goes out and buys a compass.
Okay.
Not a huge expense.
All right. So, and then do you all just meet by the entrance? Do you think, or anything that
Yeah,
anything else
probably.
you guys want to do last minute before you leave?
I'll tag along behind everyone else, just make sure we're not like being followed or looked at funny or anything. Covered
Well, you do
bases.
find the carriage that you had entered in on.
What, are the rims stripped or something?
No,
Up
it's
cinder
just-
blocks.
The concern was whether or not, obviously, maybe it's like someone else would take it. 'Cause it's not like you had a big sign on it that said like
Free carriage.
owned by. So like,
Owned by the
someone-
people you're totally looking for. Find us in the tavern.
Yeah, exactly.
Big red arrow pointing where you guys at.
Crystal Bearer is this away.
Alright. So, we got carriage. Do we still have horses to pull said carriage, or?
Yeah, they're around. There are horses around. It's hard to tell which ones were yours or not. Let me see, actually. Silica actually does point out exactly the horse that you had.
Alright.
Since you only had one, it would, if you wanted to try to commandeer another one, it would obviously cost money.
Or I can just cast Find Steed.
You could as well. That is an
Yeah.
option.
Yeah,
I'll do
let's
that.
bring a magical horse to the trap for magic users. It's a great idea.
It's divine. It's different.
The divine magic.
Yeah, I'm sure the Inquisitors will totally note the difference.
Hey, you haven't
Alright,
seen
well
any.
then. Alright, then we'll just like when we're out of the city, I'll cast it. How about that?
That's better.
All right. So
Also,
you
is
guys-
it like a glowy horse or is it just a normal horse? I don't know how that thing.
Well, while you look that up,
I believe it's just like a regular horse,
Start.
and some of its features change based off alignment or your choice.
so while you guys kind of start, I'll kind of look out. You guys kind of hook up the initial horse, kind of get the stuff that you did get kind of all packed up. Any of like the kind of remaining supplies you had on this though are all gone. Like there is nothing that was you had left from, like anything that was left from Cassidy's parents are just they're gone. Like you came back to a bear cart. So kind of were able to put all your stuff on there. This load back up. Started. So you guys are just sticking to the coastline. Was that what you decided?
I think so.
Yeah, and I'll use the compass to make sure we are going south.
Okay. So you guys kind of stick towards the coast. I mean, it's all over you, so you would kind of notice. You do notice, I mean, like, what has been decently consistent is this, you've kind of lived with this constant overcast for a while. It, and then, so you guys kind of start to travel for a while. You do, about an hour later, you do kind of get decently far enough away from the city by a few miles.
Alright. So the rest of you guys are in the car, and I'm just on my summoned horse.
So, okay, so now you summon the horse.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So you
summon my war horse.
So yes, you guys so you all
What kind of horse is it? Clydesdale?
Just
Mustang.
I don't know, horse. It's a war horse.
What is its name?
Huh?
I must know.
The name
Dalton. There you go.
Dalton.
Why-
Dalton
why-
the War Horse.
Got it.
Why are you concerned about the name of my horse?
I mean,
That,
Do for a living.
that way, if it dies, they can be like, "No, Dalton."
yeah, we gotta have a gravestone.
Even though he can just resummon it.
Yeah,
It's
my
literally the
celestial
same
war
thing
horse
as-
named
It's
Dalton.
literally the same thing as casting Find Familiar and then the familiar dying. It means nothing.
Yeah.
It
I don't know.
means something to us, Marshall. God.
All right. There. Oh, I need to change this.
Yep.
Change
Making
this.
our way down.
Walking
Riding
past
fast.
faces past.
The saddest version of this song.
Alright
I
then.
miss you.
It's a war horse. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Named Dalton.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
And now we're riding along
Uh.
the coast to find a trap. Maybe Pathos will meet us there.
All right.
Not very good at singing.
So
Yeah, I'm no bard.
Who's kind of so? Who are the two that are kind of commanding? So I mean, so who's kind of commanding the carriage?
I would
Hang
like to
on
be
it.
in the back, watching the back of the road.
Anyone else?
I'd probably be in the front.
Well, are you gonna drive the carriage though, or are you gonna have like Silica or Cedric do that?
I'll drive the carriage.
Okay.
Can you drive a carriage?
I don't know.
We'll make an animal handling check, and you'll find out, won't you?
Yep.
Yo.
Or just say you're not
uh,
driving a carriage. You don't have to
Peyton,
do
you
that.
can make a per. Actually, I'll have you just do survival.
The survival. Okay. That's a 12.
All right. What's your animal handling, Talric?
13.
Silica, you will sometimes like when you had a rough start getting in there, getting a hold. You kind of heard Silica chuckle a little bit because she was like, you're like, it was kind of one of those things where you're like who wants to drive? She'd be like, I mean, I'll do it. Where she initially was like, you're like, I mean, I could probably like you're like, I mean, I could probably, and then you just burn it and like, I will do it. And then you just kind of like,
over.
well, you get like, you kind of get a rough start, and then you get going. And then you're like, oh yeah, I got this. It's like okay, you were a little slower. Although you start to see Kristoff like accidentally like just go faster because they're just going really kind of slow.
I'm gonna show you why they call me the horse whisperer. Please go faster.
How many?
Come on.
How many
Please.
horses are pulling the cart right now?
Just one,
It's just one.
yeah. It's not.
All right, I'm
heaviest.
naming that horse Vanessa.
All right.
Well, I feel like this is a group decision.
Don't really.
What if I,
I mean-
told you it was after Vanessa Carlton?
In all honesty, Cassie should name the horse. It's kind of like hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Do you
a good
suggest
point.
this?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
It is Cassidy's horse.
Yeah.
Well, we would say Daddy's didn't give it a name. I'll name it Mystery. To be
I
honest,
regret my decision. I
I'll be
regret it.
honest. It was the first name that came to my head that fit a horse. It had nothing to do with SpongeBob.
You could have just like rolled on like an elf name chart or something.
I didn't
You
feel
came
like-
I
up
just
with-
looked
didn't
up
feel
a
like-
horse name generator.
I
man.
didn't feel like doing that. I just wanted to do the first name that came to my head that sounded horse-like, and Mystery
That
was
is
Debbie.
the most-
Sarah
that is the
Jessica
most
Parker.
Third grade mystical horse name.
She's 6. What do you
That-
expect?
Oh,
Black
it's so
Beauty,
good.
That's a good name,
Sinbad,
Cassidy.
It's-
Kristoff
Seabiscuit.
keeps
I
going.
think so.
BoJack Horseman.
Jet, give me a perception roll too with this whole thing. So you kind of noticed Kristoff. You kind of started to go a little far ahead.
Like how far ahead?
Yeah,
just
all of
like
a sudden
few
you
feet
look at-
ahead, or
You know, you look around, and you're like, oh my god, they're that far.
really?
Like they look a little smaller. You're like, and you just kind of stop and wait for a little bit.
19.
So you're kind of looking back. You obviously the city
not like
becomes
we're at a-
smaller and smaller.
Nothing of note. Shadows moving.
So you start to notice that a fog is beginning to roll in. Likely going to make it a little harder to see things.
All right, I'll motion to Taurus. Like, give the reins to Silica. We're getting into rough terrain.
Did I notice the
Alright.
fog coming in? Or
Yes,
just
as
like,
you,
damn, they're far back.
Because you're less in the carriage, it's a little more obvious to you as you're waiting for them. You're kind of consistently looking back, and it is starting to kind of. You're obviously near the coast. It's kind of pushing you in.
Yeah.
All right, Silica. Wow, not an amazing role for her. She'll do it successfully, but the horses seem to struggle with her a little bit too.
See how impatient Kristoff gets.
She rolled a 14.
He is very impatient, just sitting there.
I'm very impatient for a guy who spent 2 months in a town doing nothing.
Well, he was doing stuff. He was helping people, and now the people he's supposed to be helping are dilly-dallying.
Dilly, we're in a cart. What do you want from us?
The drive the cart.
the things I've seen, man.
We're literally
know.
going as fast as we can.
Not obviously.
Well, we switched
I
now.
imagine it
Hopefully,
wasn't going at like a full tilt.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll go faster, Mister.
Here,
Mr.
why don't you hitch
Speedster.
your magic horse over to our normal cart? We'll see how fast we go.
All right, fine. Yeah.
Riding alongside. Or better yet, why don't you just go ahead and tell us if it's a trap or not? Just run straight up to the coast. We'll see you there.
That would be quite the distance.
Yeah, but it's, well, you know, Mr. Impatient.
He's got a compass, so let's just stick together, shall we?
All right.
All right.
So just keep on going.
Yep. Okay. So you get outside of that little kerfuffle. The fog starts to become more and more. So making another survival check. Peyton, do me another perception check. Jet. And
We're getting
I'll do
slightly
a
better. I'm at a
survival. I
13.
will do a survival for Silica since she's not
You know,
driving.
I tell you, if it wasn't for this reliable talent, I wouldn't see nothing.
All right. What was your roll, Peyton? Or Kristoff?
13. We're
Alright.
getting better
13.
bit by bit.
What was your perception? Jet.
Do that 19. It's pretty much always going to be 19s unless they're better.
All right.
Or the 1.
You seem to. You all of a sudden you find yourself maybe getting distracted a little bit by the fog kind of behind you, Kristoff, as you kind of start to lag behind a little bit as you suddenly notice the cart is a little bit ahead of you, not too much, just a little.
God damn it! And I guess
and
I'll go to a gallop.
You
and
do
catch back
you do
up.
notice this. You do notice this, Jet, and you notice that the fog is kind of getting denser and denser behind you. And there's a little bit around you, but from the back, it feels like it is really dense.
All right, all y'all ones. Now who's going slow? Come on. We got to get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go full tilt and just like blast right past him. So dashing.
All right.
Okay.
So all of a
Sure.
sudden, you see it just go. And it's just completely past you. You just hear Silica yell like, "Well, wait now."
Out of curiosity, how long does that fine steed? How long does that last? Like
It
until you
lasts until
dissipate
I dismiss him. So
Oh, cool.
he either he dies or I dismiss him.
Is it a concentration?
Nope.
Oh, cool.
It's a similar thing with Find Familiar as well.
I
Yeah.
just have.
I know
a
nothing
horse.
about magic,
It's all
both
right.
in game and out.
It's all right.
I just have a horse,
Yes.
Cool.
So
which
they
Just
can just
summon
be
like
like,
combat
then it could just be like, "Be gone," and then he just snaps it out. But
to get it back at the recast, but still.
all right. So yeah, you guys. So you guys have been traveling for a couple hours with some varying speeds. But nothing drastic seems to kind of roll in. Eventually, the fog kind of really catches up with you though after about another couple hours, and it's become very hard to see outside of kind of what's in front of you. It's very dense. You can see each other. You kind of started to stick closer together. But then suddenly, make an animal handling check, Kristoff. That's a little silica.
What's with this? I keep going up. Okay, I'm at 14 now.
Okay, so you're able to both the
Slowly getting
horses,
better at my
both the
rolls.
horses kind of stop and kind of they kind of weed back a bit as they kind of they don't really like move forward anymore. Both you and Silic are able to kind of get control, so nothing horrible happens. But the rest of you in the cart, kind of get like a quick like like just as you stop suddenly. As you see, kind of Silica whispering to the horse, trying to maybe discern.
Yeah, do they seem spooked or?
Yeah, they're very
They're just
restless. They don't really they feel. Yeah, they're not They're very restless. They're whinny.
Hmm. All right.
And yeah, you can notice Silica kind of on the horse's jump up, kind of on the horse's back and whispering into its ear.
I'm gonna do a quick scan of the surroundings, like if there's a predator or something, bug them out.
Yeah, so roll. You can roll a perception check.
Oh, natural 20.
It's hard for you to see much of anything, but you look around and you start to kind of feel like you see a couple shapes near you. It's hard to figure out what they look like.
Hmm.
They don't look particularly they don't look very thin like a humanoid would. They're strange. They are shifty. It's just like a weird shadow within the fog. And suddenly each of you kind of hear just a big kung, kung, kung.
Hmm. Do I recognize anything that would make this sort of noise?
I mean, it's like the
Am I-
ground is pounding. So like
Ground is pouting.
I pull out my sun sword.
Yeah, and as you pull it out, it does seem like it's giving off a bit of light, but it's hard. It's hard for it to give off a little bit of vision in this fog.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll draw my flame tongue and just have it drawn.
A somewhat similar result. It.
I'm not turning it on. I'm just gonna
Oh,
draw my
sorry.
weapon.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So yeah. Yeah, you look around. The shapes don't seem to be moving necessarily that you see. I guess, Tar, because you went out, you kind of pulled your sword out. You can make a perception check as well, and if you would like to, Jet, you may as well, if you so desire.
How far do they seem to be away?
It's hard to tell because the shapes aren't so defined, and the fog is so thick. It's almost like
14.
it could be miles away or it could be next to you. We really don't know. It depends how big these things are. So 14, Jet.
I got 21 total.
All right. So you see about the same thing as Kristoff does. Tarek, you kind of can see some shadowy figures, but it's you like only see like maybe one. But it's like it doesn't really look much like anything. Just like there's like
Oh, my
what
thing.
there's like
Perception's up
there's just like
25 total
a
if that
dark
helps.
blob. There's just like a dark blob.
I'm thinking about
And then-
the.
Well, to you
Crazy
two,
vision
it looks
quest.
a little bit. It has some shape to it, but it's like something is like distorting it. Like you can tell something is like distorting the way you see this shape. Whereas for you, Tarek, it just pure blob. Like you see one just darker blob somewhere, like in the distance.
I'm thinking about the crazy vision quest I just had yesterday, and gripping onto the sunblade real tight, like ready to swing at a moment's notice.
Well, we can change course or keep going and probably expect a fight.
I thought you liked fights.
Oh, I do. I say we go forward.
I mean, it depends on actually, but I mean, I don't know what it is. It seems strange. We may not have a choice in the matter.
Forward it is.
So you all begin to move forward. As you're kind of now consistently looking kind of for them, they seem to retain the similar shape. But as you kind of start to move forward, you do start to hear like the gong, gong, gong. It's this very even pounding. It doesn't, and whenever it moves, it doesn't seem to sound near or like closer or farther as you move.
Does it sound anything like those mechanical spiders?
No, it just sounds like the ground and just like something heavy hitting it. So obviously it seems close enough that you hear it, but since you can't really see it, since what you're seeing feels really distorted, it's hard to tell.
Okay. Best case scenario, tribal chant. Worst case scenario, also tribal chant, but with giants.
Giants being interesting.
Yeah, the horses don't really move too quickly anymore. They seem to be very wary of their surroundings.
Hey, why don't you run ahead and go fight it for us?
That's-
Sure, and I'll go ahead like 25, 50 feet.
Wait.
okay.
Wait. I'll go.
You're not on a horse. At least he can come back. But we shouldn't separate much at all if we're going to be in this fog.
Yeah, let him. It'll be funny.
Well, we don't want to lose each other.
I mean, we're on the cart. He's the one being impatient.
Yeah. I got 25 feet up.
Okay, so you start to move 25 feet up. As he kind of moves forward, he does kind of disappear into the fog a bit. Is once again, so make a animal handling check, Kristoff.
Ooh. 11.
Alright, so you kind of barely hang on to the horse, but it once again, like, stops when he's up and kind of buckles. And you kind of just barely hang on this time, as the delay kind of allows the cart to catch up to you a little more. And all of a sudden, now suddenly you kind of hear it you kind of hear another set of booming steps as you hear just like gung 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 gung, like it's all like in two different directions. It sounds like each one is coming from.
Donkey Kong.
You all can make perception checks if you'd like.
Looks like two giants. 19.
Torek, is this what it's like?
Did you roll a 1?
Yes.
Woo!
Wait, who rolled the one?
No.
Roll your D100, friend.
How did I fuck up a perception check?
I know you're the rogue. What would it be? What would your total be anyway?
If counting the one, it'd be
Well, wait.
10.
Are you?
No, reliable talent excludes everything 2 through 10. I'm very sure it does.
That's
The
not
one
check.
I have written down says any D20 roll of 9 or lower treated as a 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
wouldn't reliable talent counter it then?
Yes.
It's still
Or-
a nat 1. It's
Still an at 1.
Yeah.
So,
but
You see it, but you still get punished.
The question. That's the question though, because we don't. Yeah, that's
It's never
right. I
happened
remember my
before.
ruling. No,
yeah,
it did.
I'm fine with it because
It did happen. I
recall.
recall, but I was trying to remember. I don't remember what my ruling was on it. Because my
You
ruling
did say
was
that the
luck.
net.
My ruling was luck gets essentially nullified of this rule because you're re-rolling the dice. It's the same
Yeah.
thing as if you rolled an advantage and one of them was a 1. You know, I don't punish you for the 1 because you had advantage. But this, since the dice roll is still a 1, yes. However, your roll and what you see is based on
Your modifiers.
the 10. Like if this rule didn't exist, it would be the 10, and then
Yeah.
plus your
So
skill. So what's
I
your,
would get a 19.
all right, but then what's your
but-
D100 roll still?
51.
Okay.
Now Jet pops out of existence.
You have no idea how this happens, but just make a roll. Add your intelligence. Like make a D20 roll and add your intelligence.
This is either really good or really bad. All right, it's a 2.
That's good. A 2 total.
Yeah,
Did you roll another
I
one?
got nothing.
Did you roll another 1?
No,
Oh,
it's
You rolled
2
a
total.
2. Okay.
Yep.
Um,
It's not the
you have
smartest.
no idea how this happens, but because you were like looking forward for a bit, trying to look around, and all of a sudden you whisper something to yourself, and this all of a sudden out of in front of you, this acidic, almost like arrow, shoots from your mouth, and almost hits and goes towards the direction of Kristoff, but it just wide right.
Do I notice this poison arrow?
I mean,
Or
you
whatever
notice,
it
yeah,
is.
the green arrow kind of shoot by you.
Anything
You can roll
behind
perception.
us?
You could roll perception to see if maybe you noticed if it was from Jet or not. An extra one.
Okay, so that's a 12. Let's see if it's from Jet.
Okay. You discern it was from his direction.
I'm gonna point at Cassidy.
No, that was you, Mr. Liar Face.
Whatever.
could
We
we-
have more.
I
We have
didn't
more.
Yes, so
urgent
the
things
rest
to
of
deal
you
with.
notice. The rest of you notice. There are a number of more figures nearby you. Those blurs.
How many total?
Those blurs have grown. You see about 4, but only one feels big. Only one seems to be bigger. And that is where we will end our session for this evening.
I really hope
you.
it's 3 giants and the chieftain.
Thank you, everybody that joined us. Tune in next time to see maybe what is lying for the party in the fog.
Giants, giants, giants.
Otherwise, you
Cheers,
can, if
cheers.
you would like to see
Cheers,
the
your
VOD,
mortal
the VOD
enemy.
of this, you'll be able to find it on our YouTube page, which is linked below. Otherwise, if you'd like to see more kind of from us, you can follow us on our Instagram page, which is also linked down below, as well as Twitter page you can follow. See if we can have any updates as we go through.
If you haven't already, go check our back orders. See how we got up to this point.
Well, a little tough, but you'd have to go to twitch.tv/reddownfury32 for that. That's why I need to make that video, but
Yeah, do that.
just keep getting pulled from too many directions. But otherwise, we'll see what happens next time on Natural One.
Mm.
See ya.